Site tonight, we're going to talk about the Secret Service Director Kim Cheadle refusing to resign after Trump escaped assassination. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The head of the Secret Service gave her interview to ABC News, and she says the buck stops with me. But if the buck stops with you, you must take responsibility for what happened to President Trump. The shooter, Mr. Crooks, was only 130 yards away from the president. This is not only a mistake, it is an international embarrassment. Can you imagine all the other secret services around the world seeing that the so-called greatest power on earth had the president of the United States or future president in the United States in harm's way, that anyone could kill him? But she refuses to resign. So we're going to take a listen to this interview that she did with ABC News.
And what she's saying now.
Stunning new video tonight showing the moment Donald Trump's would-be assassin climbed onto the roof of that building just 2 minutes before he opened fire.
Yeah, look, there he is.
You can hear bystanders desperately trying to alert police. Authorities now using that video as part of the investigation. And tonight, ABC News has learned that heavily armed local police were stationed inside that building and missed Thomas Crooks climbing up the outside of the building to the roof. The same building was being used as a staging area for local police, according to 2 law enforcement officials. And Butler Township officials are confirming ABC News' reporting that a local police officer climbed up the roof and confronted Brooks moments before the shooting.
The officer grabbed hold of the edge of the building, pulled himself up to be able to look, and according to what he's told me, shooter turned, rifle was pointed at the officer. The officer, defensive move, kind of ducked, fell, lost his grip on the building.
Investigators tonight trying to determine whether roof access had been properly locked down. The shooter climbing seemingly unimpeded about 400 feet from the stage with a direct line of sight on the former president.
Take a look at what happened.
Washington lawmakers demanding answers, calling on the Secret Service Director to appear before Congress. We sat down with Director Kim Cheadle today for an exclusive interview.
What was your reaction when you saw the events unfold on Saturday?
Shock, and then concern, obviously, for the former president. This is an event that should have never happened.
Who is most responsible for this happening?
What I would say is that the Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the former president.
So the buck stops with you?
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again.
The President and Homeland Security Secretary said today they had 100% confidence in you, but there are some members of Congress calling on you to resign.
I appreciate the Secretary's comments, and we're going to continue to be transparent and communicate with people.
You plan to stay on, absolutely.
I do plan to stay on.
Director Cheadle says she will not wait on an independent review of the security failure. She says she plans to make immediate changes. We learned today she's already expanded the tactical or SWAT support for former President Trump. David?
Peart.
The decision for her not to resign should not be up to her. It should be up to President Biden. Biden should fire Kim Cheadle. This was the biggest blunder in American history, other than JFK in Dealey Plaza in Dallas. This is unacceptable. That a man could get that close, have that shooting range, have the perfect shot, and nobody noticed him walk up on a ladder, roll around on the roof, other than American citizens who happened to be at the rally. If you truly think this was a mistake, something is wrong with you. You have heard Navy SEALs, you have heard former snipers say the only way could happen if somebody was helping crooks. And I believe that somebody was. Because for him to be up there and take 8 shots before He was even taken down by the sniper. That's enough right there to tell you that something was wrong. The advance team should have had someone on those roofs. You know it, I know it. And for anybody to come out here and say this is fake when people are dead, see, this is what they're banking on. We just made a mistake. We're incompetent. The United States government, when it comes to protecting the president, former president, they are not that incompetent. This was a level of incompetence that Biden should have fired her the next morning. But she is going to be able to keep her job after this nonsense. No one, I repeat, no one should have their job. Because this wasn't the type of assassination that could not have been stopped. This should have been stopped. This should have been an easy one. This should have been a layup. Like most snipers say, if you look on the stage, the first places you're going to look is at the buildings. You're going to say, that building, that building, that building. This is an advanced team. Somebody should be up there, but nobody was. And if you think that people are that stupid in 2024, you got away with it in 64, and you tried it 60 years later. 63 years later with President Trump because you don't want to see him in the Oval Office. This should be a thorough investigation. It should not have the hands of the Biden administration in it. I'm talking about this should be a pure outside. To say that all these people made all these mistakes is absolutely nuts. If you don't think this is an inside job, something is wrong with you. Something's truly wrong with you. This was too easy of a layup for the Secret Service. These are standard procedures. And if standard procedures are not followed, that shows a sign of a conspiracy. You know it, I know it, and they know it. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.